Back to the channel. So today's video is gonna be a little bit different than what we've been doing for the last few videos. So this video we're gonna be finding a value in f of x that will make this function continuous. So our goal is to make this function continuous, right? So how can we what will k be in this case, right? So again, what are our criteria for something that's continuous? Well, the value at f of x should exist. The value as x approaches a value should exist at f of that value, right? And those values should be the same. Well, we're gonna have to break this down a little bit further in this problem, right? Because we have as x is x is coming in from the left, and as it's approaching from the right, and then we have at 2, right? So k is our value of f of 2 equals k, right? So that is that value, right? And that's what we're gonna have to make this continuous, right? So, and then all of that is gonna be based on the limit here, right? The limit as of f of x as x approaches 2, right? So here is as x approaches 2. So what we learned in the past, right, is that for the value of x approaching 2 to exist, right, the value from the left and the value from the right should be the same, right? And we can actually test that here, right? So here let's just make the value here 2, right? So f of 2 here in both cases, right? So as it's approaching 2, right here, if we put in 2, it'll be 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5, right? Here it's 3 times 2 is 6 minus 1 is 5. So what can you say here? The limit of f of x as x approaches 2 from the right, and the limit of f of x as x approaches 2 from the left, right, are both left and right are both equal to 5 here, right? So by this we can also state this, right? So these two, but by knowing these two, right, are equal to the same thing, we can now say that the limit does in fact exist, right? And so that's our first thing, right? So sorry, this is 5, right? Equals 5. That's my bad. So now it's equal to 5, right? Since these two are the same. So that's already one criteria, right? That's fulfilled. Now our other criteria, that it should exist and be equal to the limit, right? At the same value. So, or approaching the same value. So now there's only one thing that we can possibly do here, right? K is just going to have to be equal to 5, right? K is going to be 5. Because as x is approaching 2, right? This is going to be the same value, right? F of, let's say 2 is c, right? Here, f of c should be equal to the limit as x approaches c in f of x, right? So that's what we're trying to state here, right? So in order for that to be true, k is just going to have to be 5, right? So here, k is just 5, and that is the answer to our problem. And that is it. Thank you, guys.